welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Hanny.
All right, today we're doing our... Are
you alright?
I'm just feeling a little under the weather today.
The weather? It's hot outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, what? When you say you're under the weather, are you saying that you're being troubled by the hot weather?
No, I don't mean under the weather, like the sky and the clouds and the rain. I mean, I'm feeling under the weather. I'm feeling kind of sick, like I have a cold coming on or something, under the weather.
Cold, not hot.
Right? No, not cold, like I'm cold, I want to put on a sweater. I mean, a cold, like in my nose,
Got it. You caught a cold.
Right, I think I've got a cold, but I'm definitely feeling under the weather. Not the weather outside, the expression under the weather, feeling a little sick. You got it?
Now I
Fantastic.
got it.
Let's check out the vocab in our grammar station dialogue. Under the weather.
好，今天的对话主角是一对母子，是 Betty 和 Archie。Archie 就躺在床上说他身体不舒服，今天没办法上课。那妈妈帮他摸额头看看有没有发烧，结果没有。Archie 说他虽然没发烧，可是喉咙超痛，而且还鼻塞，全身酸痛。我们来看今天4个单字。第一个 check 在课文里面当动词来表达查看、确认，像是 I check my email every day. I check my email every day. 我每天都会查看我的电子邮件。第二单字 forehead 就是额头，它是名词。举例来说。He suddenly felt a drop of water on his forehead. He suddenly felt a drop of water on his forehead. 他突然觉得额头被滴到一滴水了。好，第3个单词 temperature 就表示温度、体温，它是个名词。那我们可以用 take one's temperature 来表达帮某人量体温，还有你可以用 have a temperature 来表示发烧。所以你要表达我发烧了，可以说 I have a temperature。I have a temperature. 第4个单字 sore throat 表示喉咙痛。这个 sore 它是形容痛的、酸痛的 ，throat 表示喉咙。举例来说 ，She had a sore throat and a terrible headache. She had a sore throat and a terrible headache. 她喉咙痛，而且头也痛得很厉害。好，那现在看完单字例句，我们来看对话吧。
Part B, Under the Weather.Betty is in her son Archie's room.
If you don't get out of bed now, you'll be late for school.
I don't think I can go since I'm feeling under the weather.
Let me check. Well, you don't have a fever since your forehead isn't hot.
Although I don't have a temperature, I have a very sore throat. Also, my nose is stuffed and my body hurts all
over.Okay, so someone in our dialogue today is probably going to be feeling under the weather. I think that much is very clear by now.
Right, so let's get to the reading to find out exactly who. The setup sentence that we can see at the top there reads, Betty is in her son Archie's room. Okay, so Betty is a mom and Archie is her son.
Yes, and Archie, well, he's a bit late today. As we start off the dialogue, Betty says to him, if you don't get out of bed now, you'll be late for school. Yes, I'm sure this is something that every parent has said at least once, and every kid has heard at least once before school. Was it hard for you to wake up back in your school days, Hanny?
Well, oh yeah, my mom had to pull me out of bed every morning. How about you?
Well, it wasn't too hard for me when I was a kid, especially during the winter.
What do you mean, during the winter? Why was it easier to get out of bed in the winter?
Well, I'm from Canada, right? And our winters are very cold there. Super cold. So my dad would give me a ride to school in his car. But to do that, I had to be ready to leave by 7:45. He wouldn't wait. That's pretty early, so getting out of my nice warm bed wasn't too easy. But here's the important part. If I didn't get up or if I was late, He would just leave, and then I would have to walk out and take the bus. Now, walking to the bus, waiting for the bus in Canada in winter when it's minus 20 degrees Celsius outside, that's not something you want to do. So, I had a very good reason to get up and get going quickly every morning.
Minus 20 degrees Celsius?
Yes.
哇塞，谁会想要在摄氏-20度的天气等公车？要是我也不敢赖床，一定会搭爸爸车一起出门啊。Okay, I think that would have made me get up quickly too.
Yeah, it was a good way to never be late for school. Okay, so Archie is late for school and he's still in bed. His mom is not happy. Come on, Archie, you lazy bones. Get up and get going.
But there might actually be a good reason why Archie isn't up yet, and it may have nothing to do with just being lazy. As we get back to the dialogue, Archie tells his mother, Betty, I don't think I can go since I'm feeling under the weather. Okay, so as we now know, this means that Archie is feeling a bit sick today. Poor guy.
Yeah, so Betty goes over to him to see for herself. Let me check, she says. And we can imagine that she's feeling his forehead or something to see if he feels hot. To check is the first vocabulary word for today. And this verb means to look for yourself. You think something is true, but you want to check. You want to go back, ask someone, make sure that you're correct, make sure that it's right, make sure that it's okay, or what you think is true is actually true.
So after Betty checks Archie by touching his forehead, she says to him, well, you don't have a fever since your forehead isn't hot. Interesting. His skin doesn't feel extra warm. So yes, this might be a sign that he doesn't have a fever or a high temperature. But of course, he could still be sick. Having a fever isn't the only sign that someone isn't feeling well. So we'll find out more after we talk about the word forehead, which is the second new vocabulary word for today. Your forehead is this area here. It's the area of skin between your eyebrows and where your hair starts. 额头就是介于我们发际线跟眉毛之间嘛。那补充一下 ，eyebrow 就是眉毛哦。
Okay, so Archie doesn't actually have a temperature, we think, but as we mentioned, that doesn't mean that he isn't sick. And Archie tells Betty, although I don't have a temperature, I have a very sore throat.
Oh.
Ouch. Okay, yeah, that's not a nice feeling. And yes, it could be a sign that he is really sick. There were two more words that we need to take a quick look at here, so let's learn more about them and then we can continue on with the dialogue.
Okay, so one of the new words that Archie just used is the word temperature. A temperature is a measurement of heat. We can measure temperature in either degrees Celsius or C, or as the Americans do in degrees Fahrenheit, F. They work the same way, but the numbers they use are a bit different. If we are talking about using C or Celsius, well, 0 degrees Celsius is the cold temperature when water will freeze or become ice, and 100 degrees Celsius is the very hot temperature when water will boil or become steam, like when you are making hot water for tea. 好，那这边补充一下我们在测量温度的时候用的温标通常是 Celsius， 就是摄氏的。那美国则是用 Fahrenheit， 就是华氏的。我们刚才用到 measurement 这个字可以表达测量或是测量结果。
Yeah, and we also read that Archie might not have a high temperature, but he does have a sore throat. Your throat is this part of your body, okay? It's not your neck, it's actually just the front part. We use our throat to swallow food and things like that. And you know, when you're sick, it hurts to swallow or to eat food. So Archie has a sore or a painful throat. This is definitely a sign that he could be sick. And as we reach our break, we read about some of the other things that don't feel so good right now. He adds, also, my nose is stuffed and my body hurts all over. Oh dear, yeah, I'd say he is definitely sick. If his nose is stuffed, he he can't breathe through it, and he probably sounds like this when he talks. Oh, my nose is stuffed and I can't breathe right. I think he could probably be sick with a cold right now.
Exactly. 比赛的时候我们呼吸不是会不顺吗？好，那我们今天补充一下 stuffed 就可以用来形容鼻子是塞住的，不容易呼吸的。那么 Mike 老师刚刚说到 breathe 这个动词就是表达呼吸。Yeah.So if his body hurts, well, maybe he does have a fever, but it's just not a very high fever. I would strongly suggest that he takes the day off, stays home from school, and also stays in bed.
Yeah, me too. But we'll find out what his mother, Betty, wants him to do after this quick break.
Part B, Under the Weather.
If I give you some medicine, will you be able to swallow it?
I think so.
Okay, I'll go get it for you.
Thanks, Mom.
So Archie is sick. I don't think anyone will argue about that.
No, and he will probably be staying home from school. He has a sore throat, a stuffed nose, and sounds like all right, and his body hurts and aches all over.
That's right. So let's read on to find out what his mother Betty wants him to do. Betty, yeah, that's his mom. She next says, if I give you some medicine, will you be able to swallow it? Ah, yeah, right. He has a sore throat. Hopefully, he will be able to swallow the pills, the medicine she gives him.
And Archie seems to be doing his best to be a good patient. So he tells his mother, I think so.
I think so.
Good. Get him some warm water or something, and that should make it easier.
That is a good idea. Okay, so Betty tells her son, okay, I'll go get it for you. And I guess she will go off to the bathroom or wherever they keep the medicine in their house. And Archie says to her, thanks, Mom. Yeah, it probably sounds like, thanks, Mom, and not thanks, Mom. And yes, thanks to all the moms and all the dads and all the other wonderful friends and family out there that take care of us when we are sick at home.
Right, and thanks to all of you for joining us today.
That too.
Be well.
Stay healthy.
And we will see you back here sometime soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Part B, Under the Weather. Betty is in her son Archie's room.
If you don't get out of bed now, you'll be late for school.
I don't think I can go since I'm feeling under the weather.
Let me check. Well, you don't have a fever since your forehead isn't hot.
Although I don't have a temperature, I have a very sore throat. Also, my nose is stuffed and my body hurts all over.
If I give you some medicine, will you be able to swallow it?
I think so.
Okay, I'll go get it for you.
Thanks, Mom.
大家好，我是 Stephanie， 我们一起看3个片语。第一个呢是 under the weather， 这个片语照字面翻的时候是天气之下，所以你可以把它想象成乌云罩顶噔的意思，那就是你状态不佳，可以指心情不好或是身体不舒服的时候。那有2种方式可以说这句话，一个是 to be under the weather， 或是 to feel under the weather。如果你今天身体不舒服，又收到朋友的派对邀请，那这时候你就可以说 I'm not going to the party because I'm feeling under the weather。我不会去派对，因为我身体不舒服。那第二个呢 ，get out of bed 的意思是起床或者是下床。Get out of 这个片语呢，它是表示要离开某个地方的意思。那课本举的例子 ，get out of bed 让我想起一个情境，我们一起来听听看。It is hard to get out of bed on cold mornings。在冷叽叽的早晨要起床，实在是好困难哦。那第3个片语呢是 somebody will be late for， 意思是某个人会迟到。Late 呢就是迟到、晚到的意思。我们先看第一个例句 I will be late for the meeting because there's some problem with my car. 我的车出了一点问题，所以我会晚一点参与会议。好，那我们再看第二个句子 I'll be late for 10 minutes. 大家觉得这句话正确吗？我会这样问，就表示还有进步的空间。好，那通常外国人在讲会迟到多久的时候，他会说 I'll be 10 minutes late， 也就是你想表达你会迟到多久的时候，时间要放在 late 的前面，因为这时候 late 它是副词，它要负责修饰整个句子，所以大家记得 late for 的后面呢，只能接名词，像是 late for school 上学迟到， late for work 工作迟到，或是 late for the meeting 会议迟到，千万不要在后面接时间哦。
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen.
And I'm Jen.
We're going to play this game called Guess the Bear. Each of us has 3 cards with either a word or a phrase, and we're going to have 2 sentences for each of these words or phrases, but instead of saying that word, we're going to say bear or joke. And the other person has to guess these 3 words or phrases within 1 minute. Okay?
All right.
So you ready?
Yes.
I'll say mine, you guess first?
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right, this is 4 words. Okay, it's a phrase. If I don't get out of bed, I bear joke church. Hurry or you bear joke class.
Leave. Wait, 4 words? Pass.
2 words. It's a noun. I coughed all day and now I have a bear joke. I took some lozenges for my bear joke.
Sore throat.
Oh my God, good. Okay, this is a verb. It's 1 word. Joe always bears his homework. Bear out my new shoes.
Check out.
Woo!
Check.
Okay, yes, okay. So the 4 one. If I don't get out of bed, I bear joke church.
Get upset. Miss.
4 words. Hurry or you bear joke class. This is hard, man. Yours is will be late for.
Oh.
If I don't get out of bed,
obvious
I
now.
will be late for church. Hurry or you will be late for class.
That was hard.
It was
Okay, my
hard.
turn. All right. 1 word.
Okay.
Noun.
Okay.
I think have a fever because my bear is high.
Temperature.
Yes. Okay, 3 words. Joe is staying home because he feels bear the joke.
Under the weather.
This is too easy for him. Okay, 1 word. You have a huge pimple on your bear. Your bear looks sunburned.
Forehead?
Yay!
Okay.
See you next time!